Will the ENV graduate please gather at the right of the stage? As Dr. Clark mentioned earlier, I am the Director of Undergraduate Studies for our Environmental Science AB major and our Environmental Science BS major. I'm pleased to present to you our graduate. The following graduate are receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Environmental Science and Policy. Nina Berlin. Nina studied abroad in Scotland and interned in Washington, D.C. on a No More Epidemic campaign, researching ways to engage the community in preventing, detecting, and responding to disease outbreaks. She, as a Standback Fellow with the National Park Conservation Association, she created an interactive map to visualize national parks threatened by proposed energy infrastructures. Nina minored in global health, also served as Vice President of Environmental Alliance. After graduation, Nina will continue to use her geographic information system skills in working in environmental science. Okay. John Carey. Jack studied in China and Australia and volunteered in Northern Ireland through Duke Engage. He also earned the certificate in energy and environment. Jack swam on the varsity swim team and then transferred to the men's club rugby and will soon compete in the national tournament in Philadelphia. Jack was just commissioned as ensign in the U.S. Navy, will be heading for Charleston, South Carolina this summer to begin a nuclear power school, after which he will be working as a submarine officer. Adrienne Cato. Adrienne spent the summer at the Marine Lab where she conducted research on commercial shrimp fishing in Carteret County. She participated in a Duke Engage program with the River Network in Portland, Oregon, a Duke Immerse project on urban restoration ecology, and a Standback internship on environmental education in Washington, D.C. On campus, she worked as a communication intern for Sustainable Duke, improving campus sustainability outcomes. She also earned a certificate in marine science and conservation leadership. After graduation, Adrienne hopes to work in the environmental nonprofit sector. Samuel Corwin. Samuel interned in Washington, D.C. with the Natural Resource Defense Council and with Population Connection. On campus, he worked with the Duke Carbon Offset Initiative and with the Duke Sports Marketing and Promotion. His volunteer work shows his passion in Durham and elsewhere on food insecurity, poverty, and renewable energy. Sam also majored in Asian and Middle Eastern studies with a concentration in Chinese, and he studied abroad in China twice. Next year, Samuel will be living in Nanjing, China. With a Fulbright research grant, he will be studying the development of China's solar energy market. Jess Zhang. Jeff Fang. Sorry. Jeff officially graduated in December 2016, but celebrate by walking to graduation ceremonies this weekend. He completed a Duke Immerse program in urban environmental justice and social entrepreneurship and a Duke Engage program in San Francisco. He participated in a Basque Connection project on the effect of unconventional shale gas development on rural communities. On campus, he led efforts with the Environmental Alliance and LEAPS, the Student Service Learning Group. This led to work in Appalachia and Australia as a Keenan Institute for Ethics Summer Fellow. Jeff will continue to examine rural and environmental challenges in a PhD at the University of California, Santa Barbara. Jeff Kinnaid. Jeff's favorite experience at Duke was his Duke Engage in Guatemala, where he helped provide access to improved cook stoves. Jeff spent this past summer working with the Abdul Latin Jamil Poverty Action Lab at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology as a policy intern, focusing on environmental economics in the developing world. Jeff also majored in economics with distinction. Jess Zhang. Jess studied abroad in Costa Rica and participated in Duke Engage in Turkey, where she worked as a sea turtle research, rescue, and rehabilitation center. She also studied at the Duke Marine Lab and earned a certificate in marine science and conservation leadership. Outside of class, she was a member of Alpha Phi Omega and participated in the On Tap, the Duke Tap dance group. She also co-lead the Durham Girl Scout troop. Jess earned a second major in biology and minored in medieval and Renaissance studies. After graduation, she will work in environmental conservation. Zakira Lance. Focusing on her interest in environmental justice and racism, Zakira traveled to Ghana to understand the social impact of environmental degradation resulting from an electronic waste dump in a small urban suburb of Accra. With a minor in cultural anthropology, she continued her research on environmental challenges in the context of social status and race. Zakira contributed to a library exhibit called Unnatural Nature, on depiction of the environment in literature and the arts, and she serves as the president of her sorority. Zakira planned to attend graduate school to study public administration and environmental management. Noah Lieberman. Noah blended his science and artistic interest by participating in the Marine Conservation Summer Institute, spending a summer in Copenhagen studying sustainability practices in Northern Europe, and completing a documentary studies certificate centered on oral histories of local folk musicians. He also served as the president of Harmony for Health, a music therapy Duke student group that played at the Ronald McDonald House. Noah hopes to pursue a career as a family physician after medical school. Donovan Lo. Donovan graduated with Phi Beta Kappa honor and distinction for his biology double major. Donovan studied abroad in Costa Rica, where he developed interest in nature photography, and at the Duke Marine Lab. He was awarded a Bookout Summer Research Scholarship to study the effect of parasite load on mole crabs. To deepen his photo documentary interest, he joined the Duke SNAP, that is Story for Nature and People, a Nicholas School student group dedicated to science communication. He returns to Singapore to teach high school biology and to work on educational policy. Kaylin Malloy. Kaylin took advantage of Duke opportunities to explore the natural world, from elephant during a study abroad program in South Africa to the sooty turns in the dry tortugas field trip, and to her work as a research assistant on the National Geographic Big Cat Initiative. Kaylin also completed a summer internship with the Sierra Club, Our Wild America campaign, on their land team. She plans to return to academics for law school. She thanks her family for their never-ending love and support. Bryce McAteer. Bryce graduated with Phi Beta Kappa honor. Bryce participated in Duke Immerse in Dallas and interned with the Detroit Food Academy and the International Farming Corporation. He was a research assistant in the Nicholas Institute Water Policy Program, where he co-authored a publication on market-based policy for California groundwater. Bryce was president of the Duke International Relations Association. This summer, Bryce will work with the Water Foundation and Environmental Defense Fund in Sacramento, and afterwards in the investment world on land, water, and alternative assets. Kayla Morton. Kayla participated in Duke Engage Jordan, where she worked with the Royal Botanic Garden in Amman. Her writing on biopiracy in the Amazon was featured in the Duke Journal Deliberation. On campus, Kayla managed the Office of Information Technology Tech Tutor Program, and was heavily involved in the Hoofenhorn musical theater group. Kayla also completed a double major in political science and a minor in biology. She intends to apply her Duke experiences to the real world, focusing on the area of marine policy. Susan Howe. Susan was inspired to protect global biodiversity and explore ecology and conservation management and study abroad programs in Costa Rica, in South Africa, and at the Duke Marine Lab. At Duke, she blogged for the Nicholas School, was on the executive committee of the Marine Science and Conservation Leaders Club, and was last summer winner of our I Am Duke Environment photo contest, documenting her field trip in the Dry Tortuga National Park. Susan also majored in biology. She plans to attend graduate school in an area that allows her to continue field work. Matthew Pattillo. Matt credits his pre-orientation P-Wild experience for finding his passion in helping to save the planet. Matt spent a summer abroad in South Africa and focused on ecology and conservation in South African national parks afterwards. He served as the program director for P-Wild. He also earned a philosophy minor. Matt's breadth spans from metaphysical philosophy to savanna ecology to computational art. Circling back to his P-Wild experience, Matt is interested in working at an outdoor school, preferably on the West Coast. Matthew Plout. Matt is focusing on global conservation tactics. Blending his interest in the business of conservation and energy, Matt also completed a certificate in market and management studies. Matt interned with the Hudson River Park Trust and with the EPA. His favorite academic experience was his summer in study abroad Singapore. Matt also has a minor in creative writing. He looks forward to what the future holds for him as he begins the next chapter of his life. Kim Lynn Ramsawak. Kim Lynn focused her studies on climate change policy. Kim Lynn studied at the Duke Marine Lab, where she took part in research on fiddle crabs and studied volcanology on the Hawaiian island. She was a campus eco-rep, training first-year student about sustainability, a member of the Black Student Alliance, the Student of the Caribbean Association representing Trinidad and Tobago, and participated in the annual Caribana celebration of Caribbean culture. She also minored in Earth and Ocean Sciences. After graduation, she plans to work in New York. Jadev Satish. Jadev focused his studies on international environmental issues and policy. He was interested in comparing ways different countries address climate change and how they mitigate and minimize the impact on their constituent. Jadev also minored in computer science. Wendy Sun. During her time at Duke, Wendy supported coastal conservation effort in Thailand through the Duke Engage program, studied marine science at the Marine Lab, and explored environmental sustainability policy when studying abroad in Venice. Wendy is passionate about environmental health. She interned with the National Cancer Institute several summers and with the Environmental Working Group last summer. She will be participating in clinical research on air pollution and respiratory function at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center in Boston for the next 2 years and hope to attend medical schools afterward. Diana Terrazzo. Diana held stand-back internship position with the Blue Ridge Environmental Defense League and Earth Justice, and was an intern with the National Geographic Big Cat Initiative. She attended the Convention of the Party, or COP22, International Climate Change Negotiation in Marrakesh, Morocco, as part of a Duke student delegation. Diane studied abroad in Madrid and was involved in Gano, a student-run club teaching English to Hispanic community member. Diana also minored in English and economics. Following graduation, she will be backpacking in Southeast Asia before moving to Madrid to teach English. Lynsey Zimmer. Lynsey studied abroad in Argentina and earned a minor in global health. She also participated in Basque Connection research on animal waste management and global health and interned with an environmental law firm charged with protecting the Pacific Northwest. Linda worked with an after-school program to teach children about nutrition and exercise. She taught yoga at the Duke Recreation Center. She's hoping to be on the West Coast next year and plans to attend graduate school.